It's that time of the season. My favorite time of the season. Who will reach the mountaintop to go to the Super Bowl? From the wild card to the divisional round to the championship.
It's pretty predictable this year. I ain't gonna lie.
I
I
don't
have
think
my
so.
takes. Nah, man, it's very predictable.
So how we're going to do this is today we're going to talk about the wild card. Next time we're going to talk about the divisional round. Next goes to the AFC or NFC championship. And the same goes for the Super Bowl. So since today is the wild card weekend for today and tomorrow, let's start off with the AFC. Broncos versus Bills.
So obvious. Well, I'll play along. Broncos versus Bills. How great a season has the rookie Bo Nix had? Under Sean Payton, looking pretty good. Not gonna lie. They have a decent offense, very good defense. Going up against the Bills now in their stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what should I expect to happen? A rookie quarterback going up against Josh Allen in a shootout, because it's gonna be a shootout
It will.
for the Bills. Because realistically, Denver has not been a light up team this entire year. They have been a team that just falls into place, just reaps their opportunities. But the Bills aren't going to give you the opportunities like that as other teams did. Um, best case scenario, how they will beat the Bills is if the Bills beat themselves. Talking about missed field goals, fumbles, Josh those picks. But realistically, if both teams, keep the ball secured and everything, the Bills have this secured. And now people say you don't write off Josh Allen because he's Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
But I should remind those people, Josh Allen's a different person in the playoffs. He sucks in the playoffs. But since this
I
is
can say that
Denver,
about another team.
since this is Denver, I could give him the benefit of the doubt. Could. But hey, anything can happen on any given Sunday. Although Saturday today, don't play tomorrow, but anything can happen.
True.
So what I will say is, I hope for a good game. I hope it'll be close. Although realistically, it probably won't be. But let's see. Again, Bo Nix has had a good year for a rookie coming in. He might be offensive rookie of the year actually, if not Jaden Daniels. It'll just be between them. But yeah, 7 seed Broncos going against 2nd seed Bills in their house. It's not a good sign, man. So what do you think about it?
Me personally, I have the Bills winning.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a Cinderella story if the Broncos beat the Bills. There's only one that could beat the Bills is the Bills themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Josh Allen's playing with a chip on his shoulder. We have seen
Very
how he
big
has
one.
been these past playoffs, whether it's the divisional round or the AFC championship. He's carrying the team on his back. He is Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the defense, It's okay. Solid. The receivers and the Titans, they're good. Some will say they're great when they have their moments, when they have those games. But this is really just the Josh Allen show. And how far can he take them?
Yep.
Will it be
Did
another
mention
run-in
that
with the
too, but yep.
Chiefs, or will it be a run-in with the Ravens?
Well, judging by how the bracket looks, and let's just say, yeah, I gotta put it into perspective, but let's just say Broncos somehow win. They would they would go against either the Ravens or the Steelers, which is either bigger trouble.
Mhm.
Because I'll get to that game in a bit. Because that I think the game's a toss up. No matter how good Lamar is, it's still the Steelers, and the Steelers somehow always have the Ravens number one way or another. But I'll get to that. So realistically, I don't really see the Bills losing this game, although anything can happen. But it is what it is. We'll just have to see. Any given Sunday. Looks like we are having some technical difficulties. Dominic will be right back. In the meantime, as you guys know,
Back.
oh, there you go. I was just telling the audience about some technical difficulties.
Mhm.
But yeah, going to be a really tough game for the Broncos. Realistically, they can win, but it's not a matter if they can win. It is like, do they have enough to win? And I don't see that they do. Bills just have the defense there, and they're healthy. Bills are healthy, so yep, we'll just have to see. No, Amari Cooper is going to be
Mhm.
something to watch in these playoffs. But that's what we think about the Bills and the Broncos. Later today, we have the Chargers and the Texans. Now, as much as I really appreciate what CJ Stroud is doing, he has not looked good in these past, what, 6, 7 games. I know he's missing
Mhm.
Stephon Diggs. I know he lost Tank Dell like 3 games ago, that knee injury. They say like it was a compound fracture apparently. He's gonna miss the entire of the 2025 season, maybe. But he's for sure not gonna be back until late December. So he might as well miss the entire season. And Nico Collins is the only thing they got going for him. Now, where does this match up with the Chargers? You're facing Justin Herbert and a really, really good offense behind the legendary Jim Harbaugh and a defense that is pretty damn good. So, doesn't look good for CJ. Although anything can happen. Because this is the fourth seed versus the fifth seed. And here the thing is, the Texans are the fourth seed, so they get to play in their stadium, which makes this matchup very interesting. So, since the Chargers are coming to NRG Stadium, Will the crowd affect the Chargers? Maybe, I don't know. But this game could be as close, or it could be closer than we think it is. Could be.
It could. Now me, I have the Texans winning.
The Texans.
I
Interesting.
believe they can get the job done.
Oh, they can.
Plus, at the same time,
It's just CJ hasn't
I
looked
do want to
good
see
at
them face the
all.
Chiefs again.
No, that would be a blowout for the Chiefs. It's a
No,
too easy game for the
I
Chiefs.
think the Texans can hold their ground.
They're missing their best
It,
receivers. They're half
hey,
injured on
sometimes your best
defense.
receivers aren't really your best receivers. It's always the next man up.
What? Hey man, don't do that. Don't do that. You know, if we head into the Eagles game without Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, how bad it would look. Because you remember how last year went when we didn't have Smitty and AJ for that Bucks game. And even this year, when they went down, all we had on offense was like Dallas got Rizzy, but there was just Grant Calcaterra, and the number one receiver was I even forgot brother's name because he's not involved like that. But yeah, don't do that.
Mm.
Because CJ
I'm only
hasn't looked
saying
good.
that. That's the Packers
CJ
side of me
hasn't even
saying
looked
that
good without,
because of all the
you know,
receivers we have.
all he has is Nico Collins, and it's not looking good.
They got this.
I don't know. You're telling him to beat Jim Harbaugh and his defensive mind. I don't think he's doing that. And plus, as I said, the Chargers are healthy. The Texans are not. The only thing the Texans got going for them is that it's their stadium. But if this was any other coach, like if Staley was still there, maybe they have a shot. But this is Jim Harbaugh. I know he has a game plan against these guys. So when it comes to that, it's gonna be really tough. Cause you don't have Stephon Diggs, you don't have Tank Dell, you got Joe Mixon back there, but realistically, that can't be enough. So Nico Collins, Joe Mixon, still got their tight end, but still it's not looking good. But realistically, the matchup favors the Chargers here, and I'm mostly leaning them because Jim Harbaugh is their coach.
Mm.
As I said, and if it comes down to it, I will take Justin Herbert over CJ Stroud any day. I will.
Ooh, I don't know about that. It's the opposite for me.
No, I don't. Mm.
I'm taking CJ.
Because as good as CJ's offense has been around him, we've seen how CJ plays when he does have his number one receiver out there. It's not been good. He's been putting up poor numbers. Like if you look at his stats the last 7 games went into the season, they were lucky to still be fourth seed. He
Mm.
been throwing picks. He's been throwing incompletions. He's been overthrowing, and I'm like, CJ, what are you doing? Like even Texans fans themselves are saying, like, yo, I hope this guy, like, finds himself before we pay him. But Herbert has always been that guy, even with a bad offense. We know Herbert hasn't have had a solid receiver for years. Even when Keenan Allen was there, he was injured. You know, and he was still showing out. And I will. That's why I'm saying I will always take um, Justin Herbert over CJ because he's proven to be that guy even without his number one threats. Now,
I don't know what Texans fans you've been hearing, but
now
the ones that
you
I've
should
been
have seen
listening
him.
to,
You should have you not seen the memes?
they got hope. They believe in their team.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think you've seen the memes, man. I'll give you
Hey.
some leverage. Go to the Texans IG page, right? And
Mm-hmm.
look up one of their losses and look at the comments under there. And you're gonna see like some crazy shit from Texans fans themselves. And I'm like, damn. But again, if CJ's having an off year, he's having an off year. But in no world am I taking him over Justin Herbert. So I don't think most people would either. In CJ's second year, he's still
Well, I'm
unproven.
not. I'm
He
not
had
most
that great
people.
rookie year.
I'm going for the
Good
underdog.
for him. Hmm?
I said I'm not like most people. I'm gonna go for the underdog.
But the underdog has been playing well. That's the thing. But I get you. So for me, the Chargers are winning. This game, this game can be close, but I just feel like they have the better team right now. Justin Herbert's like he has right now. This is the best offense Herbert's had since he came in the league, like 5 years ago. So it's gonna be really hard for this Texans team that's half injured to really beat this Chargers team. But hey, anything can happen.
Yep.
But we will see. As
And
I
that
said,
anything will be a
that
win.
Chargers defense is like the secondary is elite. If you want to talk about top six, top 10 secondaries, Chargers are there. At their linebacker room, you can work. The front seven, like their D line, it can work. But if CJ's gonna have to throw that ball deep, it ain't working, bro. Especially if you don't got Stephon Diggs, you don't got Tank Dell, you just got Nico Collins. Now they're gonna double team the hell out of that guy. And for one, it's just gonna be a really hard game. Like if they
Mhm.
have the running game going for them, great, because they got Joe Mixon back there. But whatever the Texans do, I just think the Chargers can do better here. But we'll see how
But
that
now
goes.
our next game, Steelers versus the Ravens.
This is gonna be something, ain't it? Steelers versus the Ravens. Rematch again of the AFC North. What to expect from this game? You can expect the unexpected because I have nothing I can say about this game other than the fact that Lamar, it's now or never. You're a
Yep.
two-time MVP, maybe about to be three, with no Super Bowl appearances. This team stands in front of you. This team has your number. You have 2 wins in the last 7 games versus the Steelers. So they have your number. I don't know what it is, but they figure you out. Your stats against the Steelers have been mid too. Apart from this last game, you beat them. You beat them good, but it's really hard to beat a team 2 times in the season because they split. They beat Steelers beat them early in the season, and Lamar beat them like these 3 weeks ago. This Steelers defense will be ready, and Lamar. I don't know if you've seen, but Lamar will be without Zay Flowers for this game because of a knee injury, and Zay's his number one target. So
Yeah, that
if
hurts
he's
them
going to be up
somewhat.
to Rashad Bateman, or Bateman's going to be there, you already know OBJ is not there anymore. It's gonna be
They
Isaiah
still got Derrick
Likely,
Henry.
Mark Andrews, Derrick Henry, yep, J.K. Dobbs. Wait, yeah, scratch that. But yep, never mind. We'll see how Lamar goes with this offense. I just don't know how this can go
They
because
do. They do
that
have
is
the
Russell
number
Wilson.
one best defense in the past 6 games. But can that defense keep that up and carry throughout the playoffs?
What you talking about? The Ravens defense?
Yeah, they had the number one defense for the past six games.
All
Defense been
right.
nothing more than elite. But my question is, can they carry on through the playoffs with that same energy? Because they
Well,
can always
we're
be like
just
how it
gonna have
was
to
last
see.
year and choke.
We're just gonna have to see.
But me personally, I have the Steelers winning. It's because my faith in the Ravens is just the past few years have been rough on me supporting them. Now they could pull a win, but it's like, can you do that again? And if you pull that one off, can you do it again? And if you pull that one off, can you win the big game? That's what it's going to be throughout each win if they can. Because if they choke or lose, we're going to look back at this team and say, what was the problem?
Oh, for me, as much as I want to say the Steelers, I'm not gonna count Lamar Jackson. I feel like he'll put the position for the team to win.
Better.
Lamar is just that good. He's been elite all year. As you said, that Ravens defense has been good. So couple that up, they have Derrick Henry back there. So that play action is going to be really lethal. Especially like
Mm-hmm.
Bateman can get open really easy. They don't really need Zay Flowers to be honest. It's a good decision for him to be out this game, so he could be good if they make the divisional. But my issue is if Lamar just plays the way we know he can play, don't turn the ball over, secure the ball, and just like hit your guy whenever you can. This can really be a bad game for the Steelers because again, Lamar won the last game and he won it really really impressively. But
Mm-hmm.
again, he has a losing record to the Steelers, so anything can happen. T.J. Watt is coming, and this guy T.J. Watt's like he said he's hungry, so we're just gonna have to see how that goes.
Mm-hmm. But now, on to the NFC. Vikings versus LA Rams.
And this is a
Now it
very
sucks
interesting
that
thing. Very interesting.
LA won't be able to play in their arena because of the wildfires that's going on over there.
And that could impact the game big because again, we don't know if most of their fans will be there or not. Because we know they're gonna be in a stadium that they don't like to play in. They're gonna be in the Cardinal Stadium. Now my issue
Mm-hmm.
is why couldn't they just play in St. Louis? I mean, wouldn't it make more sense? Because there's Rams fans there too. They moved from St. Louis to LA and they have a fucking stadium there just sitting. I don't know. They have multiple stadiums there sitting. So wouldn't it just make sense to just go there? I don't know. But they want to go to the Cardinal Stadium, a division rival stadium. That's like we having fires in Philadelphia. And they're saying, oh shit, we can't play there. Let's play in the Giant Stadium. That's
It's better than the Cowboy
that's
Stadium.
disrespectful. I mean, nah, they're too far away. But you get the
Either
point.
way, I'd rather play with them Giants than play with them Cowboys.
Mm.
I'd rather play with a team that knows they're bad than a team that's trying to live off of hopes and dreams.
Speaking of hopes and dreams, Michael Parsons said that this year's their year for sure. He said, Nick,
Yeah. Look how that happens.
he said, this year will be the year the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl. I'm like, okay, buddy. This man the CTE must be acting up. They must have hit him harder than AB got hit. He said, hold on, my CTE is acting up. Let me say something stupid. This year is the Cowboys' year. And
And I wear shacks on the daily. So something ain't adding up, buddy. Your hope and the realness in what you're trying to mix together, it's not mixing, buddy. The math ain't mathing. But anywho,
anywho, to more important
me,
things,
I have the Vikings
players.
winning.
Ooh, okay. And here's my take about this. And I'm gonna say this as good as I can. But Sam Darnold is trash. I know they're 14-3. I know it, but they're 14-3 because of their defense. Their defense has been top three all year. But I'm gonna say right now, and this is what Slim Shady McCoy said too. Sam Darnold is trash. He he's always well we thought he was.
He's
This
good,
past
man. He's
game
good. I won't
versus
say
the
trash. He
Lions.
good.
This
He's
past
not
game
great.
versus the
He's not
Lions.
elite, but he's good.
Oh, far from it. But this past game for versus the Lions was the
I mean,
worst
it's the
quarterback
Lions. What was you
performance.
expecting?
But the injured Lions, by the way, it was so poor. And by the way, the throws were there. He overthrew Justin Jefferson twice in the end zone, underthrew um, Naylor in the end zone as well, without any pressure in his face for all three of those throws.
Mm-hmm.
Turned the ball over twice when it matters, and he threw an interception in one of those two turns that was so bad that I don't know who the commentator was, but he was like, "Oh, it's like New York, Sam Darnold again. He's seeing ghosts." And I'm like, "Oh, for the commentator to
Don't
say
do that
that,
to him. Don't do that to him. He's way past seeing ghosts.
it looks like he's seeing ghosts again because that game was so bad. Like if you've seen what I've seen, and I'm saying, oh, it's the Lions, but the Lions aren't as good as people think they are. I'm telling you, the Bears nearly beat the Lions. The Texans nearly beat the Lions. The Lions are not unbeatable. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a really different game. Come when the Lions play either the Rams or the Vikings, but I think the Rams win here because they're looking like a really, really good team, and it's scary right now. This is probably the only NFC team that completely flipped their season over from the start and looks like a completely different team now. The Rams
That I can't
defense is
say is
looking
true
very, very good right now.
because they weren't even in the
Matthew Stafford
conversation.
is dealing. They weren't up until week 8. They weren't. They won out their last 7 games, and people were like, "Wait a minute, where did the Rams come from?" And they were like, "Oh shit." When people thought the Cardinals was going to be in the playoffs because the Cardinals was leading the division for like 6 weeks straight, and then the Rams
Mm-hmm.
just come out of nowhere and beat them. And I'm like, shit, look at that. And here's my issue now. If you have Matthew Stafford, a guy that has playoff experience, a Super Bowl win, literally probably like right now in the playoff, he's the most veteran quarterback there. And that's saying a lot. He has Puka Nakua healthy, Cooper Cup healthy, Tyler Higbee just came back from his ACL injury he had last year. He's healthy. And if they're gonna play a Sam Darnold that played like that, oh, this is gonna be easy. This is gonna be too easy. But again, the Vikings defense is good. So I can't really
Mm.
count them out. But what I can do is I can look at the matchups and I can tell you right now, Sam Darnold is not gonna outplay Matthew Stafford in no
Oh
way.
no, no.
So it's gonna come down to the defense. But it'll just like that 14-3 record, it's gonna come down to the defense to help out Sam Darnold. Now, can Sam make the throws? Sure, he can. Has he made them versus the Lions?
No.
Nope. And those were throws that were wide open.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, wide open, and he missed them. That game was so winnable too. They could have beat the Lions. They could have been number one seed right now. And Lions would have been playing the Rams, which I still think the Rams would have won. And this is not just hate for the Lions. They're really not that unbeatable. Because again, they nearly lost to some bad teams, in the past. They lately lost to the Packers. The Packers aren't a bad team, but they beat themselves that game.
That is true.
So as good as we think the Vikings are, I just think it's gonna be really hard for them to beat this Rams team. It's really red hot right now. And they turned their whole season around. Haven't lost a game since. So we'll see how that goes.
Now, Washington versus the Bucks. I'm gonna just say this: Washington. That's the better team. What can I say? What can
What
I
can
say?
you say? I don't think it's that simple, Don. I don't think it's
I
that
don't
simple.
know.
This is the Buccaneers we're talking about.
I know.
This is Baker Mayfield we're talking about. Mike
I know.
Evans, Chris Godwin,
But
Bucky
Washington, they just seem
Irving.
more hungrier.
Oh yeah, they're hungry because they're on this magical run. We beat Philadelphia. We can do anything. That's the
Don't bring
hype.
that up.
That's the only hype there. That was their Super Bowl. That was their Super Bowl. They beat a backup quarterback, and now they can't stop talking about it. Oh, does Jalen Hurts play defense? Yes, he does. Because if you think Jalen would have put up 6 points on 5 turnovers, then you're delusional. Jalen plays the best defense because he keeps your offense off the field. That's that's the best defense a quarterback can play.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to the Commanders, I don't think this game's gonna be easy. Because guess what? They're gonna be playing in Tampa Bay. They're gonna be playing in their stadium. It's not an easy stadium to play in. We know that. Because we
Oh,
have
we know.
2 straight losses to them. Yeah, we do. We have 2 straight losses to them in their stadium. It's not gonna be easy. If we lost to them, so can they. Realistically, so can they. As Commanders, they're really not all that.
They
Jalen
are.
Daniels,
They are all that.
they're really not, man.
And
I'm telling you.
they're going to win.
Hey,
I need them to
this is
win
the
so we
Buccaneers we're
can
talking
stomp
about.
them out
They're,
later on.
see, that's fair, but guess what? We wouldn't play them until that's if they reach an NFC championship. Because if they win this game, the winner of this game, um,
Whoa! Don't give them that much hope.
I'm
Divisional
not
round. That's
because I
good
don't
enough.
like them. Because I don't like them. I'm not. Actually, let me look at the bracket again. Actually, no. Hold on. If they win, we get to play them in divisional.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about NFC Championship would have to be like um the only team that we can play is the Lions or the Rams because I'm the Vikings are not them. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But I'm not writing off the Buccaneers. They had to. I mean, their division is trash. We know that. But I'm not writing them off. It's still a really, really solid team. Baker
Mm.
Mayfield, as much hate as he gotten throughout his career, is a really, really good quarterback right now. He's
Yeah, when he
that
got to the
good.
Bucks, yeah,
Very, very
because when
good.
he was with the Browns, he was
He's
overhyped.
throwing. Was he
He was
though?
cocky.
He was
Yes, that
cocky. I
college
get
made him
it.
that way.
Yeah.
He was in every
But
advertisement.
then again, it's the Browns. They don't know a good quarterback from a bad one.
Well, let's
So
see this year in this
I
draft.
wouldn't even say if they had Baker right now. I wish they did because look, you have Deshaun Watson, and you already saw what happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
He tore his Achilles again, so he's gonna miss the entire of next season, and while still getting 250 million guaranteed because of that dumb contract that they gave him. So imagine getting all that guaranteed money and not playing a single snap of football in the last, what was it? It's gonna be, and the Browns are not making the playoffs next year. I'm just gonna say that. Let's just say it's gonna be 28 games plus
Mm-hmm.
bye week of not being fit, and you're gonna get paid 250 million guaranteed. That's crazy. Browns GM
Yep,
gotta go.
that's crazy.
That's crazy. But again,
But hey,
I
get your
bet they
bag.
wish they had Baker right now. I know they do. So I'm not writing off the Buccaneers. That stadium will get really, really hot in your face. Mike Evans is gonna be there and he's gonna be tough to cover. I don't know if Saren still will be on him. Lattimore, I don't know. Oh, Lattimore. Lattimore versus Evans again. Crash
A
out.
matchup that I'm great and grateful to get to see.
Well, give me Evans, man. They always go back and forth. It seems like Matt Lattimore has a really tough time covering Evans, maybe because of the height. But I like this matchup. Saren still will
Mm-hmm.
probably be on Godwin, but we'll see.
Yep. And now,
Bucky Irving is that good a running back too. So
yep.
Commanders, y'all gonna have a really, really hey, it can happen. I'm telling you, it can happen. Don't be surprised too. Do not be surprised if Commanders lose because they've lost some games, the worst teams this season.
And now, the main event: Eagles versus Packers. Oh boy, the matchup I did not want.
Let me tell y'all something real quick, man. If y'all sorry ass niggas, yes, I'm coming at y'all. If y'all sorry ass niggas think for a single second that Jalen Hurts was not gonna play this game because y'all don't know how football works, because y'all don't know how concussion protocol works, because y'all think that man's still concussed, then y'all got another thing coming. Because yesterday he was cleared to play. Because this is how the NFL rules work. Because he was rested for the last 2 games of the season, because he was rested, he didn't have to train for him. He didn't have to practice, right? Because why?
Mm-hmm.
Why would he? You can't clear concussion protocol because you're not practicing for a game. So that means he's gonna still be on concussion protocol. All right. Now he has to practice for a game. He clears it. That's simple NFL rules. People
Mm-hmm.
are in Twitter and Instagram say, "Oh, that boy's still concussed. He ain't gonna play. He weak." Can you believe this? How can Jalen Hurts, the strongest quarterback in the league, have a 3-week concussion? I've never even heard of a 3-week concussion.
To me neither.
That boy was, I'm telling you that boy is fine in that Commanders game. I already talked about this too with you. That he got up, gave a thumbs up, referees kicked him out. Josh Allen got hit last year, was clearly on the ground, knocked out, had his hands like
Mhm.
this. The refs allowed him to get up and get back into the game. I'm telling you, there's
Mm-mm.
some hate, Eagles hate. And let me say this too. Did you see that All Pro list?
Yeah.
The- Jordan Mailata is ranked the best lineman in the league. Yes, our left tackle, Jordan Mailata, is ranked the best left tackle. Statistically, yes, he's the best. PFF said he's the best player in the league, not lineman. PFF said Jordan Mailata has been the best player in the league this year statistically. And I'm like, wow, really? That's surprising, but hey, I'll take it. And somehow, some way, this man is not first team All Pro. And hey, it's get better. He's not in the Pro Bowl.
Mm-hmm. That's
But
something
wait,
I
there's
had a
more.
problem with.
Wait, there's more. Lane Johnson. You saw that picture he put up with the
Mm-hmm.
stats on the locker versus Peanut Sewell. You
Mm-hmm.
can see Lane having better stats in literally every damn category. And remember, Pro Bowl is voted by the fans. All pros are voted by the players and the
Mm-hmm.
coaches. How the hell did you have Peanut Sewell and Lane Johnson's stats and say, you know what? I think Penny is better. How the fuck does that happen? This is some Eagles hate going around. And I don't even know if you see this. But as much as PFF says um, Jordan Mailata is the best player this year, they said, get ready. They said Saquon Barkley is the 10th best running back this season. 10th. 10th. 2,000-yard rusher. Only 7 in the last 20 years have done that. He could have broke the record if he wanted to. But he said, oh, nah, I'll rest. Sirianni agreed. Okay, they didn't play versus the Giants. PFF said he was the 10th best. You know who was in front of him?
Who?
Emmanuel Wilson.
Yeah, they
You know, how
yeah, that's
much, what
some type
Emmanuel
of
Wilson's
hate.
stats was? You know what's Emmanuel Wilson's stats?
What were the stats?
500 yards for 4 touchdowns. He had a quarter of Saquon Barkley's stats, and he was in front of him. I'm like, yo, what is this Eagles hate? Why do you have 500 yards and in front of Saquon? 500 yards. Fucking Gainwell has that. Like, that's fucking crazy.
The
Anyways,
nerve of some people. But
none of our. Oh, by the way, I gotta say this too. None of
mm-hmm.
our linemen, not one of our linemen, offensive linemen, made the Pro Bowl. I mean the All Pro. 2 of us made the Pro Bowl. None of our offensive line. Number 1 rushing offense, by the way, historically. This is like what the second or third best pass defense behind who is it? The Lions, I think. Packers are probably third. But none of our all pro stats linemen made the all pro. This is ridiculous. This is some hate. And of course, I don't have to tell you about how much they hated you know, our secondary.
Yep. Oh
You
yes.
are you already know Quinion ain't gonna win shit. You already know.
That's
CJ Gardner Johnson's hated. You already know. They kicked him out of the game for getting punched. I never seen that in history.
Man didn't
Imagine,
even get to defend himself.
imagine me just going on a football field, punch a dude in the face, and I get ejected. And no, I know I should, but I, a guy punched me in the face, and I get ejected. It's football. People talk shit, especially in divisional game. If you can't talk shit in football, Brandon Graham would be a bum. He, he wouldn't have lasted one game. He was talking shit from day one.
And still is.
Still is. But again, they hate the Eagles for like I don't and look, people are taking it personal. I see Lane Johnson put those stats on the locker, so you know he's gonna be locked in. Ain't nobody
Mm-hmm.
going past him, and I ain't worried about the whole line. The only thing I'm worried about is really if Hurts is not rusty coming in this game, right? I know Devonta Smith has like a lower back injury. AJ Brown got a knee injury. They said they're good, so we'll see. We'll see. Oh, hold on 1 minute. What?
Yeah, but personally, me, because you know that I'm a Packers and Eagles fan, and when it comes to games like this, I don't choose. I just watch the game, let it play out. Now I do still see my Eagles moving on, and what I want to say, Saquon is going to be one of the reasons that we win this game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, sure, my Packers are the best at stopping the run, but this is Saquon.
Let me talk about the Packers for a minute. Great team, right?
Thank you.
They have a top three O line. Yeah, O line's been top three. They've been third best in pass defense. Fifth best in rush. For that Josh Jacobs. I don't know how, but hey, they don't have Christian Watson. He's down towards ACL past week.
Yep, because he
Very
wanted to
very
play
sad.
people.
I don't know why they were playing him in that game. Bears beat them. Yes, the Bears beat the Packers. They played their stars in the first half. Didn't look good. They took everybody out second half because they said, you know, we don't have to win the game. Then why do you play them? I don't know. But either way, Packers are a good offense. Now they're gonna be down there. I don't even want to call him the number one receiver because Packers realistically got like three number ones. Because I don't know how they do it. It's probably the only team in the NFL that can have some random people and turn them into great receivers. But
Hmm.
when it comes to the Packers, the one thing I'm worried about is the rush. Because the way Vic Fangio's defense works, we really play for the throw than the run. And that's gonna be like something that could like detriment this team. Like Josh Jacobs is a dog. He is him. He can run through him through people.
Yep.
I've seen it. I love Saquon, right? But Josh Jacobs is a different type of the running back. Like, he runs at people. Saquon runs like away from people. So I'm like, yo, if it comes down to it, I really hope like Zach Bond, Kobe Dean, I really hope y'all can just step into that gap and hit that guy before he hits you. Right?
Hmm.
Defense, Jalen Carter. And by the way, Jalen Carter made all pro. Thank you, gods. If they didn't get one thing right, they got that right. He's been playing phenomenal all year. First team all pro, very, very good. People are saying, oh, he should have been
Hmm.
second team. No, not really. See, Cam hit well, Pro Bowl roster is kind of different. People are mixing it up with all pro, but
Hmm.
he deserved it. He's been playing really good all year. He's been messing up the best guards in the league all year. Right? You saw what he did to Zach Martin, Cowboys legendary Hall of Fame right guard. Fucked
Yep.
him up bad. Zach was like, "Oh
Put him on
shit, I
his
didn't see
ass.
him." hmm But yeah, Zeitler, Ravens, fucked him up bad. hmm But yeah, deserved. So I think our defense, our D line's healthy. They're good to go. All right. Jordan Davis said his knee is good,
Mm-hmm.
and we have the most underrated D linemen in the league. All of them are Moro Ojomo, Milton Williams, right? I don't care who's at D tackle, I'm confident we can do this.
Yep.
We can beat up any O line. I don't know if we're gonna play a 5-man front, a 4-man, a 3-man. No, we can't play 3-man. That's not our style. But we play 5 or 4.
We're in.
It don't matter. We could play 3 if fans you want to feel confident. Put in like dime packages and shit.
Can't risk it. Sure, we can play
It
it, but
can't
it's like you
risk
don't
it,
want to
but
risk it.
like the reason why I say you can't risk it because Josh Jacobs is back there. They run the ball, it's gonna be bad, and we don't really play cover 4 like that. To put in like
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. I'm really confident that this game will be down to like the turnovers. Because if guys because Jalen Carter can get in that backfield in 1 second, because he's that quick with his hands. Jordan Davis can stop the
Mm-hmm.
run. Let me talk about this bum ass nigga real quick, man. Let me talk about this nigga real quick. You, it's now or never for you, man. It's now or never. You were number 0 for a reason. All right. It's now or never for you. 0 sacks. Well, you had like a couple half sacks that make up for sacks. You stupid ass motherfucker. You had so much time out, right? He had surgery on his arm. Well, his hand. He had hand surgery. He missed like 7 games. He came back. He still did nothing. I'm like, okay, you're getting paid money that we could have gotten. You could have given it to Hassan Reddick. That money could have went to
Really could
Reddick.
have.
He really could. That's what he wanted too. But Howie was like, what? I think we could go a different route.
He wanted to go younger.
He wanted the younger because he was like, I don't want to pay Reddick this money, but I could pay somebody this money he was younger. But this person, he's unproven. Is he like coming off of the Jets? And by the way, the Jets D line, no. Apart from Quinnen Mitchell, Quinnen. Did I get that name right? I'm mixing him up. It's Quinnen, but it's not Mitchell. I'm mixing him up. But yeah, I'll call Quinnen
Is it
Williams. Apart
Quinton?
from Quinnen, their D tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from him, the Jets D line itself, not that impressive. Everywhere else on the
Other
Jets
than him and
defense is
Sauce.
probably Sauce hasn't even been that good this year, to be honest. He has 1 interception in like since last year, like
He's having a
probably
slump
since
year.
and he's been getting beat. As I said, the Jets are what? They're what 3-14? Like the secondary's been
I didn't
getting
even
lit
know that.
up. Yeah, the back. You didn't see the record? Aaron
Nope.
Rodgers is done.
I just know they're bad.
Aaron Rodgers is done. This they have a video in the locker room with him shaking his hand, saying goodbye to teammates. You don't do that if you're gonna come back next year.
He's
If he
going to the
wasn't done,
Niners. He's going to find some way to play with his childhood team. He's always wanted to play with them.
excuse me.
He's going to go to the Niners.
The
He's going to find
the
some way.
San Francisco 49, my
Yep.
man. As much as our fan base hates those motherfuckers over there. We
Oh,
do.
I
We
know.
don't like them. We don't like them. There is absolutely no way that they're gonna take Aaron Rodgers and put him in that offense instead of Brock Purdy, who hasn't
You
even
saw what
been
they did to
doing
Trey
that bad.
Lance.
Yeah,
So
but
Brock Purdy,
Lance has been playing bad though.
they'll let him sit for a Hall of Famer.
No, why? Why would they do that? Lance, the
Why would they do
difference
that to Trey
between Lance and
Lance?
Purdy, here's the thing, the difference between, and this is why Jimmy Garoppolo thing was good too. They're proven guys. Lance was not proven. He came in and he stunk up the place. He was throwing picks. He was turning the ball over.
But he
Jimmy
went 5-0.
Garoppolo had his cans. But what happened after that? He lost his job because he stunk up the
He got
place.
hold. He
Guess
got sent
what?
to the Cowboys.
Justin Fields also went 6-0 in his Bears season. Look, where is he now? He went 4-2 in the Steelers season to start the season. They
Where is he
still
now? In
benched
a
him.
better system.
They still benched him. But look, Aaron Rodgers in that Niners team, Brock Purdy already proved himself. As much as I don't like the Niners, I wouldn't even do that. That's crazy. Because how are you gonna take a quarterback that had a 3-14 season and put him in a Niners? And Niners were injured all season. We know this, and they still had a better record than the Jets. That's crazy. It's a crazy takedown. Come on.
I can see it.
I don't. He can be there as a mentor, but he's not starting over Purdy.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
It's
He's
Aaron
past his prime,
freaking
bro.
Rodgers.
He's probably. You see, I know. See what you're doing there? Because of he's Aaron Rodgers, but he's past his prime.
No, I'm
It's
just
not
gonna
like
tell you what they're
we
gonna
can't
say.
just take Brady back in. Brady can unretire. He's not starting over a lot of quarterbacks right now just because he's Tom Brady. He's past his prime. Aaron is done, man. He had a three
Nah,
and
he would
fourteen
start
season.
over. He would
He
start over a
lost to the
quarterback.
Patriots 2 weeks ago, man.
Put him in
It's
Tennessee.
not
He's
happening.
starting over those quarterbacks.
I don't really see why he would go there though. He would
I
want to
just
go.
had to pick a team that he could start over.
Tennessee would get him killed. That O line is shit.
It's shit, but guess what? He gonna start
They
over
get
them.
him
He gonna
killed.
start over mayonnaise man.
That's yeah, but that's gonna be risky.
Yeah,
That line is gonna
but
get him killed. But okay, if you want him
this
to go to a team that could start him, right? A contending team that could start him and still like have their quarterback sit behind him and learn is if the Vikings somehow don't sign Sam Darnold to an extension, because JJ McCarthy is their franchise quarterback. Daniel Jones is there, but I don't think he'll stay. But if Sam Darnold walks, like let's say he loses to the Rams and he walks, and they think JJ is not ready yet because he doesn't have to be ready because Mahomes sat a year and a half, and look at Mahomes
mhm.
now. He doesn't have to be ready.
But
He could go there. It's a great offense. I think Rodgers could do good, could do well. I don't know, but to put him in an offense like look, I don't like the Niners, but Purdy's doing this thing, and the roster's injured, and they damn near could have won Division Two. They were coming to, and they had no linebackers for like 4 weeks. That was funny. They had to play safeties at linebacker like it was Madden. That was fucking sad. Because Dre Greenlaw re-injured himself. Fred Warner re-injured his hand. He injured his hand all year playing, and now he was sitting. Fucking I don't remember his name, but you see that Lamberger said, "Fuck this." He quit on the team. They had their practice squad linebackers in there. They got injured.
yeah, I didn't like the whole him walking out on the team. I ain't like that.
Devondre Campbell, Devondre Campbell, he walked out. So Niners really had nothing going for them. They they were down Jarvis Ward.
The San Francisco Voodoo Dolls
Mm-hmm.
all pinned up and hurt.
Every 2 years, their Niners are injured bad. Every 2 years, and let me tell you this: bum ass Debo Samuels, you're not him, buddy. I know we're supposed to be talking about the playoffs right now, but I can't help myself. Debo, you know, saw Chisel Donna said about Debo. He
Huh?
ain't Debo no more. What's his name? He would start calling him his actual first name. Uh, this man say he ain't Debo no more. What is he? Tyshawn. He's Tyshawn right now. That man ain't Debo no more. He Tyshawn because he got he got butter for hands right now. He's been dropping balls, and he took straight to Twitter. Oh, I wouldn't be dropping balls if I. This not a shot to Purdy. He was just saying, the team just been off all day, all season, and it's just been affecting his mind negatively. And before that, he said, he wasn't getting enough targets, so of course he wouldn't be like catching them. And then when Purdy targets him, he drops them. And I'm like, okay, bro. Okay, Tyshawn. Because you ain't Debo no more. You Tyshawn. But anywho, enough about the Niners. We ain't talking about them. They're not in the playoffs. We're still talking
Yep.
about the Packers and the Eagles. Packers are gonna be without. They're gonna be
Christian Woods,
without. Yeah, that's. Well, I already talked about that, but they're not gonna be with their All Pro corner,
Jared Alexander.
Jair Alexander. He's not
Yeah,
gonna be there, so it's gonna be really, really, really tough.
it'll be tough, but I got faith in the other corners.
Oh yeah. Oh, you should because AJ is dealing with a knee injury, and Devonta Smith's dealing with a lower back. So you should be confident. But then again, this is Jared Alexander we're talking about. His presence is big. And if you have Xavier McKinney back there, he ain't gonna be on man coverage with any of them. He gotta be a safety in that game. He has to, because Jalen Hurts can throw. They know that. You saw the first game,
Mm-hmm.
that field was fucking devastating. Never play in Brazil again. Boy, them boys were playing slippery. We could have lost that game too. Them boys were playing slip and slide out there.
We could
Now
have.
we get to play on a real field. Thank you, Jesus. And what I'm seeing now on paper, it ain't looking good because if we don't throw the ball, we run it, and vice versa. And right now, it's looking it's gonna be a run game for both them teams. Josh Jacobs versus Saquon Barkley. And if Saquon wasn't all pro and Derrick Henry wasn't there in the Ravens, Jacobs would have been the all pro running back.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, he's that dangerous. So it will be bad. How bad, I don't know. But Jacobs might rush for 150. Saquon might rush for around there or more or less. But it will come down to what those defenses do. Because if the Packers defense cannot stop Hurts at all, it's gonna be a light show in the Lincoln. If Jordan Love comes in, and apparently Jordan Love is dealing with some injury, although they say he'll be fine. If he can come in and because again, that D line will be coming after him all game. That's what I like about our D line. They rush you. Remember, our D line 2 years ago was trash.
That
No
is true.
pressures at all. Like none. Not 2 years ago, last year, literally. Trash. We had we were the worst defense statistically in the league. We had a terrorist as a coordinator. Well, fuck it. We had. I don't even know what happened last year, but that's all in the past. But right now, it's looking scary because if you have Jalen Carter that can be in the backfield in negative 2 seconds, Josh Sweat that can beat. And by the way, that Packers O line is great. This is gonna be a
Mm-hmm.
battle. Where Josh Sweat gonna be going up against. Hey, that's the only Packers O line I keep forgetting. Who's your left tackle again?
Left tackle.
Yeah, I keep
Hold on.
forgetting that guy. But yeah, it's gonna be a good matchup.
because I haven't really been focusing on the Packers this season. Hold on.
It's gonna be a good game regardless. Game of the week, actually. Yep, it's the game of the week. Um, should be one to watch.
Hey, all I can say is, may the best
Either
team
way,
win.
may the best team win, my guy. I got nothing against the Packers. But the thing is, this is what people are saying. Remember what the Packers did to the Cowboys last year? My guy, we're not the Cowboys. Cowboys were overrated last year. I said it too. Nobody was nobody was taking, the Cowboys seriously if they really knew what they are. They came into Jerry World, lit them up. It was bad. But I'll tell you this, we're not the Cowboys. We have a way better defense than the Cowboys did last year. We have a way better defensive coordinator too. And no disrespect, but that's the Cowboys. When it comes to the Cowboys players, yeah, full disrespect. That's fuck them. And Michael Parsons, bum ass. This man really said, if you take the scoreboard away, the game would be close. I'm like, what kind of retarded shit? Like, imagine losing by 4 scores, bro. And you're gonna say some shit like, if the scoreboard wasn't there, the game would be close. Like, what? What kind of sense does that make? That's
All I
like
can
you
say
saying,
is,
if LeBron played in Jordan's era, LeBron would be better. I mean, okay, sure, maybe. But if the scoreboard wasn't there, the game would be close. My guy, what? And then you're gonna say this shit next week. Oh, the Cowboys are gonna go into the Super Bowl next. Stephen A is gonna have so much content because of this guy. Speaking of Fox, I know you've seen this. Well, we can talk about this after.
that's
Let's talk about that after. But yeah. Oh, Dom, your camera's breaking up and your audio. We're having some technical difficulties again.
what about now?
I hear you, but your camera's frozen.
It'll be because on my end, not frozen.
Oh, now your audio's
But
glitching out. Actually, leave and rejoin again. Oh, now your video is gone. It'll be right back, people. But yeah, that's my predictions for the wild card weekend. The only upset that I've seen in the AFC could probably be the Steelers beating the Ravens. That would be the upset. And on the NFC side, us losing to the Packers. Everything else is pretty straightforward. The Broncos really not going to beat the Bills. Broncos are lucky they fell into this playoff bracket either way. People say it should have been the Bengals, but Bengals kind of screwed themselves. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Should have been better. As good as Joe Burrow was looking, could have been better, right? Um, Dolphins missed their chance barely. We already saw what's going on with the Dolphins. Tyreek Hill crash out, says he's done. But it's funny because he left KC saying he wanted more money. Now he got the money, but now he wants to win. I'm like, bro, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You left a top 3 team in the league, a probably top 1 offense, literally by stats in the league for more money. How does that work? I don't really see it. But now that you have the money, you leave. But either way, to each our own. Maybe he's sick and tired of the money. I don't know what NFL player that is, but like you already have a Super Bowl ring. Most players of your age and wide receiver wouldn't say the same thing. So, Tyreek, good luck.
That sounds about right.